Hi, this is Alice Bull from scrapbookwonderland.com and the Scrap Happy membership group, and I'm here with Tim Holtz at CH2017.
Hey everyone.
2017.
That's right. We're here. It's cool. So you're in the Ideaology booth, and the whole cool thing about Ideaology is it is vintage-inspired elements. And so I just want to take you through and show the possibilities of what you can do with papers and embellishments and give them a total vintage vibe. The greatest thing about using your supplies is creating anything that inspires you, whether that's going to be something memory keeping like a scrapbook or a mini book. You can create elements that are even dimensional for the home, like a flip frame where you're incorporating photos and found elements and tags and documentation, or you can just use things for the art of it, whether you're going to put it into a framed panel or burlap or creating shadow boxes. And for us, it's about giving the opportunity to kind of think outside the box. You see these are all what we refer to as paper dolls. These are these cutouts that we sell of people we don't know, but they're still cool people to create with. But from a scrapbook perspective, you can take photos that you know, but also include them in a bit of an artistic background. Give them a touch of whimsy or something vintage. So whether it's a shadow box, these are our vignette boxes or our little vintage elements, or you can incorporate them into framed pieces. This is a great product. This is a mini mason jar, and it has this photo clip. This comes right out of the lid. So this is all part of a set where you can just turn a jar into a photo holder and incorporate your Instax photos or anything like that. That's me. My little baby picture.
That's adorable.
Charming. But you can also use them just to create like life stories. If you want to do a heritage project where you have a lot of different types of photos, you can make copies of that and collage them into your own setting. And I think for Ideaology, my inspiration is always about taking your art and bringing it outside the page. And I know for scrapbooking, it's really cool to do your memory keeping, but sometimes it's also great to challenge your process and say, I'm going to think outside the page. Let's get something kind of funky and artistic. And that's what is really cool about all of the samples here. And you can see that this side has a very vintage kind of masculine flair, but let's go across the booth and I want to show you a whole different side of Ideaology.
Awesome.
Now, it's really cool in this booth because, well, I don't know, it's like a vintage wonderland. We're going to go right behind the luggage for you. There you go. And as we go through, you'll see that, when it comes to embellishments and paper, it's about your inspiration and what's going to drive you as far as your creative thinking, right? Maybe you are grungy and you crossed over to the dark side and you love industrial. Or maybe you want to soften things up a bit. So these samples here are using exactly the same product that I showed you on the other side. But you can see it has a much softer flair, using a little bit of a softer palette, a little less ink, maybe using some pinks and blues, and still creating awesome works of art, whether you're going to create panels, whether you want to incorporate your photos into a collage. There's that frame, but we've turned that frame more into a shadow box. Instead of it being a scrapbook, maybe that could be a photo of a relative that you really want to keep a memory of, which I think is really cool. Using any of our elements to create something that has a botanical influence or just something that just has a prettier side. You can see that these just have a little bit more of, I don't know, a cutesy side to me. I'm more over there. But I do think that seeing different uses for the products we have, that's what's going to inspire your creative thinking. And it's also important, we know as creative people, to challenge that, push that and say, I got to think outside the box here.
Well, I've been scrapbooking for over 18 years now, and the reason that I'm still doing it is because I'm always trying something new.
That's right.
And there's also something fresh, so that's what we're here to see, how to stay inspired.
That's right, you have to do that. And sometimes it's a little intimidating, I'm not going to lie. You might look at this and say, that is not me, I would never be able to do it, but you can. There's so much inspiration out there, blogs, YouTube, all of these great ways that you can take this, and it's providing the products that you can easily take from package to surface to hanging on the wall. So that to me is a little glimpse of the world of Ideaology.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Tim. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's Alice Bull from scrapbookwonderland.com at CHA 2017 with Tim Holtz at the Ideaology booth.
See ya.